The movie Missions of Love 2018 opens with a narration by Yukina, who writes web novels under the pen name Her voice is soft as she explains that this story is about how she wrote a romance novel without ever experiencing love herself, describing it as her first love record. She vows to complete this love story in her own way, setting a tone of anticipation. The story flashes back 3 months. Yukina sits with her cousin, Akira Shimosuke, in a cozy room, perhaps her bedroom. Akira is the only one who knows Yukina, is a web novel writer. She shares her frustration. Readers want a romance story, but she's never been in love. Her friendship's novels succeeded because she's good at observing others, but romance is uncharted territory. Akira, half joking but serious, suggests she try a fake romance to gain experience. He even offers himself as her pretend boyfriend. Yukina refuses, worried about hurting others, and hurries off, leaving Akira with a disappointed look. That at school one morning, the atmosphere is lively with students chatting. Yukina arrives, greeting her friends politely. The teacher asks the class to bow and sit. In her mind, Yukina decides to observe her surroundings for romance inspiration. Her eyes land on Shigeru Kitami, the popular student council president, handsome and always smiling. Shigeru enters class late from a council meeting, apologizing charmingly. But Yukina finds him boring, like an empty shell with no real emotions. In the hallway, she watches a girl confess her love to Shigeru, saying her heart raced when he held her hand. Shigeru gently rejects her, leaving the girl disappointed but grateful. Yukina, observing from afar, is surprised that something as simple as holding hands can spark romantic feelings. When Shigeru greets Yukina and notices her staring, she bluntly calls him boring and questions his popularity. Shigeru just smiles and is called to the teacher's office. Outside class, Yukina finds a golden notebook dropped by Shigeru. Though she also notices a silver one, she focuses on the golden one. When Shigeru returns and asks about his notebook, Yukina admits she copied its contents. The notebook lists girls who like him and manipulative notes on controlling people for his convenience. Shigeru coldly admits he's trained himself to manipulate others for an easier life. Holding his secret, Yukina threatens to expose it unless Shigeru falls in love with her. Shigeru is shocked, but Yukina is serious, starting a series of missions to experience romance for the novel. In a quiet school hallway, Yukina begins Mission Satu, asking Shigeru to hold her hand. He refuses, calling it nonsense, but her threat sways him. They hold hands, their fingers intertwining, and Yukina feels a sweet warmth flowing through her, reaching her heart. She mentally notes the sensation. Shigeru stops the mission, but Yukina is satisfied. In the next scene, Yukina writes the first chapter of her novel, New Student Kakeru, describing the hand-holding moment. She meets her editor, Yuji Shimonita, an enthusiastic man at a cafe or editorial office. Yuji praises that chapter, saying her novel is getting lots of views and is competing against another writer, Dose, to be adapted into a film in a 3-month contest. Readers will vote for the winner, and Yuji urges Yukina to win back at school. The classroom is bustling. Shigeru announces his notebook was stolen, prompting a bag check by the teacher. Yukina returns the notebook, claiming she found it on the floor. Things get awkward when a student reads aloud from it, revealing manipulative notes about the teacher, like his weakness for compliments about his tie. Shigeru quickly grabs the notebook, saying it's not his, and the situation diffuses with laughter. Outside class, Yukina corners Shigeru for Mishindua, asking for a hug. Shigeru questions if she's really falling for him, but her threat makes him comply. The hug makes their hearts beat in sync, and Yukina notes it for her novel. As she tries to request Mishiantiga a kiss, Mami Mizuno, Shigeru's childhood friend, interrupts, concerned about him. Yukina notices their closeness, and Shigeru leaves with Mami, leaving Yukina alone. In the gym after class, Yukina finds Shigeru playing basketball alone. She asks for a Mission 3 again, requesting a kiss. Shigeru refuses to take off her glasses, which he sees as part of her identity. Tension builds as he removes her glasses and calls her face cute. He returns the glasses and warns her not to threaten him again, leaving Yukina embarrassed and angry. Back home, Akira confronts Yukina, revealing he read her novel and knows about the kiss mission. He confesses he's loved her since childhood and wants to be more than a cousin. Yukina rejects him, saying he's too important for a fake romance. Disappointed, Akira asks her to consider his feelings as a potential lover. Yukina adds a love triangle to her novel, creating a character, Ren, based on Akira, alongside Yuri herself and Kakerushi. At school, her friends praise her novel, especially the near-kissed moment. Akira asks if everything she wrote is true, and Yukina admits she's using Shigeru for a fake romance, believing he won't get hurt due to his manipulative nature. In the hallway, Akira and Shigeru clash, with Akira warning Shigeru to stay away from Yukina. Shigeru says he doesn't like anyone, but Yukina feels her heart race around him, which she pours into her novel. For mission 4, Yukina invites Shigeru to the library and asks him to bite her neck, inspired by a vampire element for her novel. Shigeru refuses, finding it weird, but Yukina threatens to ask Akira. Shigeru bites her neck hard, causing pain, but Yukina notes the experience. The new chapters are hit with readers, though some want more heartbreak and true love tragedy. Yukina grows confused about what true love means. Feeling hurt and lost, caught in a confusion, Yukina visits Shigeru's house for inspiration. She meets Hisami, Kitami Shigeru's half-brother, who is revealed to be Dulce's rival. Hisami says Shigeru is at their family's vacation home in Hayama, and Yukina decides to go with him. At the luxurious vacation home, Yukina meets Mommy and Shigeru's family. Mommy explains that Shigeru acts perfect to meet family expectations as the hospital heir. Yukina starts Mission Lima, asking Shigeru to teach her about love's tragedy. Hisami, jealous of Shigeru, tries to kiss Yukina to provoke him, saying he wants to steal something from Shigeru. Shigeru gets angry, but later admits he can't love due to family betrayal. His father cheated, and his mother left him at 7. Yukina returns home, guilty for hurting Akira. Akira visits Yukina at home, apologizing for his earlier words and urging her not to give up on her novel or love. Yukina admits she loves him as a cousin, but her heart is with Shigeru. She decides to stop writing to avoid hurting others. Hisami tries to force her to keep writing by threatening to expose her use of Shigeru. Yukina refuses, not wanting to hurt Shigeru further. Hisami reveals his resentment toward Shigeru for being the family favorite, but Yukina rejects his offer to date, realizing she feels nothing for him. Yukina invites Shigeru to Rinkai Park for Mission 99, intending to confess her feelings. At the beautiful park, she shares that it's special because she used to read and imagine there as a child. Shigeru opens up about his childhood trauma. His father's affair produced Hisami, and his mother abandoned him. He chose not to trust anyone to avoid betrayal. Yukina returns his notebook, apologizing for her manipulation, but can't confess her feelings, fearing she hurt him. Shigeru leaves, leaving Yukina with guilt before the real-time writing contest. Yukina hesitates to attend, but Akira's encouragement changes her mind. At the lively event, Yukina and Dulce Hisami compete to write their novel's final chapters in front of a live audience and broadcast. With Shigeru in the crowd, Yukina writes about her experience with him, admitting she used him without his knowledge. She realizes she was wrong to think he wouldn't get hurt because of his smiling mask, just as she hides behind her glasses. Bravely, Yukina confesses she loves Shigeru, knowing it might close his heart forever. The audience is captivated, and Shigeru looks stunned. After the contest, Shigeru meets Yukina outside. He admits he read her novel and asks her to keep writing, saying they don't need masks with each other. In an emotional moment, they kiss. Completing Mission 3, Yukina feels it's a happy ending, like in a movie. The audience chooses Yukina as the winner, and her novel will be adapted into a film. Akira, present, accepts Yukina's choice despite his heartbreak, wanting only her happiness. Shigeru sets Mission 100 to be with Yukina forever, and she agrees. The film closes with Yukina's narration, reflecting that love brings pain, but losing it is far worse. She finds the courage to love Shigeru without a mask, starting their new relationship.